12. And it is hereby further enacted by the authority aforesaid, that from and after the 10th day of September, 1764, upon the exportation of any fort of wine, except French wines, from this kingdom to any British colony or plantation in America, as merchandise, the exporter shall be paid, in lieu of all former drawbacks, a drawback or allowance of all the duties paid upon the importation of such wine, except the sum of £3 10 per ton. Part of the additional duty of sour pounds per ton, granted by an Act made in the last session of Parliament, entitled, An Act for granting to His Majesty several additional duties upon wines imported into this kingdom, and certain duties upon all cider and perry, and for raising the sum of £3,500,000, by way of annuities and lotteries, to be charged on the said duties, and also accept such part of the duties paid upon wines imported by strangers or aliens, or in foreign ships, as exceeds what would have been payable upon such wines, if the same had been imported by British subjects and in British ships, any law, custom, or usage, to the contrary notwithstanding, which drawback or allowance shall be made in such manner, and under such rules, regulations, penalties, and forfeitures, in all respects, as any former drawback or allowance, payable out of the duties of customs upon the exportation of such wine, was, could, or might be made, before the passing of this Act. 13. Provided always, and it is hereby further enacted, that upon the entry of any such wine for exportation to any British colony or plantation in America, and before any debenture shall be made out for allowing the drawback thereon, the exporter shall give bond, with sufficient security, to His Majesty, his heirs and successors, to be approved of by the collector, or other principal officer of the customs at the port of exportation, in treble the amount of the drawback payable for the goods. That the same, and every part thereof, shall, the danger of the seas and enemies excepted, be really and truly exported to, and landed in, some British colony or plantation in America, and that the same shall not be exported, or carried to any other place or country whatsoever, nor relanded in any part of Great Britain, Ireland, or the islands of Guernsey, Jersey, Alderney, Sark, or Man or either of them. And such bonds shall not be delivered up nor discharged, until a certificate shall be produced, under the hands and seals of the collector or other principal officer of the customs at the port or place where such goods shall be landed, testifying the landing thereof, and the condition of such bond shall be, to produce such certificate in 18 months from the date of the bonds, the dangers of the seas and enemies excepted. And it is hereby further enacted by the authority aforesaid, that from and after the 1st day of May, 1760 sour, no part of the rate or duty, commonly called the old subsidy, shall be repaid or drawn back for any foreign goods of the growth, production, or manufacture, of Europe, or the East Indies, which shall be exported from this kingdom to any British colony or plantation in America, wines, white calicoes, and muslins, only excepted winky face any law, custom, or usage, to the contrary notwithstanding.